Okay, hi everyone, and welcome back to the third and final workshop and healing container ceremony. And we are going to dive into doing the visualization and regression work into the Lemurian timeline to focus on releasing these implants and tags and attaining and retrieving our Lemurian priestesshood rights by accessing the temples of Lemuria according to the Lemurian grid fabrics. Okay, so how we're going to start is we are going to do a universal tree of life clearing. So if you have worked with me before in the past, you'll know that I like to do universal tree of life clearings prior to going into any deeper session work, because I feel like it's just imperative to clear the field of anything that could be attached or leached into you, such as like entities or spiritual parasites, any sort of artificial intelligence type parasites, things like this. We're just going to kind of do a general overall releasing of these things. And then we're also going to upgrade your universal tree of life and just focusing on strengthening the core template while we are sealing and protecting the light body field before we go into deeper work. And so you might just want to take a second to make sure that you are sitting comfortably. Someone asked me before earlier if we could sit up or lay down. It's like completely up to you, whatever way you're most comfortable, as you want to be able to just be in a state that you're able to go inward and expand in your consciousness. So like whatever sitting way that is, or laying down. I am going to have some videos that I'm going to pull up though. Once we go through the temple work that you can follow along to. So in the beginning, I will just want you to be closing your eyes, but I'll tell you when you can open your eyes to look at the videos. But again, you don't have to either as well. If you'd rather just stay in a more meditative state and just listen to my voice as we move through the regression part of it. And you may want to have some water close by just in case some clearing comes through, and also maybe some tissues as well, just in case. You just never know what will be activated or released as we move through it. And so it can spark some emotion and you just want to kind of maybe be prepared. So we'll start with the universal tree of life clearing. So how I do this is we do it through visualization. So we actually work with the universal tree of life geometry within our core spiritual body, within our core divine blueprint within. So how I recommend doing that is, first I want you to just practice visualizing the geometry of the universal tree of life. So I'll just share this picture with you guys, and you probably have seen this before. It's kind of a small picture. I'm not sure how it's coming up for you guys. It's big or small. Looks small on my side, but this is the geometry of the universal tree of life. So this is the 12 tree grid. This is the geometric structure of the first level and layer of your light body field. And so how I will want you to visualize this for a universal tree of life clearing is simply if you were to just close your eyes and see this structure right at the center of your chest. You just close your eyes and focus and practice on visualizing it right there at the center of your chest. And it can be difficult to see if you haven't ever worked with it before. And it doesn't have to be perfect either. We are going to spend some time strengthening it as we move through clearing it. So just take a second to try to just see it the best you can. Now, if at all this is difficult for anyone, you can also just simply visualize a tree. So see the tree with the trunk, and then see the branches in the top of the tree, and then you'll have the roots that will go down into the ground. So you can also utilize that if this structure is too hard to really clearly see in your mind. I also want to let you know that it's okay to feel it as well. Feeling is using the eyes of the heart, and this is also another very powerful psychic and intuitive gift that you can use if your clairvoyance isn't very strong. So you can just focus also on feeling it right at the center of your chest. Okay, so I'll leave this up for just a couple more seconds if anyone wants to just kind of take a second more just to make sure they can close their eyes and really see it there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off of the screen. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. And go ahead and start to see that universal tree of life right at the center of your chest. I want you to go ahead and bring up your pillar of light. So your pillar of light should go all the way into the grand central sun, and then down through your chakra system and down into the core of the earth. You're going to take that universal tree of life at the center of your chest, and you're going to take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath. And you're going to expand that universal tree of life into the length of your body. So that way you're seeing the 12th sphere about 5 inches above your head. You're seeing the 3 pillars run down the body, and you're seeing the first sphere about 5 inches below your feet. You can place the inner spheres wherever feels most comfortable for you. Again, this doesn't have to be perfect. And if you are using the tree version of this, then go ahead and visualize that tree with the roots in the ground, the trunk running up the body, and the branches above the head. Now, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to scan your universal tree of life. I want you to make sure that this structure is strong, okay? Make sure that this structure is healthy within you, okay? If it feels like it feels weak at the moment, take a second to just renew it, rehabilitate it, okay? If there's any missing parts or missing pieces, I want you to repair it, okay? If there's any parts of it that are difficult to see, like parts of it are phasing in and out, I want you to take a second to really focus on strengthening your sight there. You're really just focusing on strengthening your core template. Now, this is very important because this is the foundation of your light body. Okay, this is where everything comes in from the quantum fields. This is where the first units of consciousness manifest within your spiritual body. So it's very important that this is strong and healthy within you. Now, the next thing I want you to do is, because I'm not working one-on-one with all of you, we're working as a collective here together. I'm going to need you to scan your own and feel intuitively into your own template, okay? And if you see things and feel things as I make suggestions, as I move through, I'm going to give you the ways in which we can clear it. So we're going to all work together to do this. Okay. So the first thing I want you to scan your universal tree of life for is I want you to scan it from the top to the bottom. And I want you to make sure that there are no visible spiritual entities in your universal tree of life. Okay. Any dark energy, any dark clouds or heavy, dense areas around or in and through your tree of life. Okay, it's most common for this to be around the lower parts of the universal tree of life and the lower half of the body around the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth sphere. So if you see anything like this here, okay, or also I want you to keep scanning, looking for different qualities of spiritual entities. This can also be incubus or succubus. Okay, this can be squid-like. Sometimes they have tentacles, sometimes they have suction cups, and they are leached into your universal tree of life. A lot of times this can come through karmic relationships. If you see or feel anything like this in your universal tree of life, accumulatively, we're going to collapse and release this energy. And so how I want you to do that is by simply just commanding the presence of what you see and feel. Okay, letting it know that you see it, that you know it's there, that you feel it. And then you're going to command it to dissolve. Okay, you're going to command it to collapse down from within. Okay? You're going to use your own strength of your light body field from the deepest inner core, and you're just going to expand it out, pushing that energy out of your tree and releasing its stronghold on your universal tree of life. And as you see and feel it dissolving, you're going to go into something called a guardian sweep. And a guardian sweep is where you really just start at the top of your universal tree of life, and using your hands, you're going to sweep down your universal tree of life, releasing that energy from your core template and directing that energy down your pillar of light, the karmic residue of that down your pillar of light, and releasing it down into the star core fire of the earth to be fully dematerialized, transmuted, and alchemized. Okay, take a second to go through that process fully. And then as you see and feel it dematerializing, you're going to just take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath and clear deeper into your field. I recommend doing powerful, intentful breaths as your intention goes deeper into the DNA and deeper into the bloodstream when you breathe intentfully into the clearing. Now, the next thing I want you to scan your universal tree of life for is I want you to scan it for any sort of spiritual parasites Okay, so this can come through needle technology or vaccines. So it can be energetic forms of nanotechnology or even shedding. It can look like artificial intelligent parasites. So it could be coming through EMF or even the blue wave spectrum. Okay. Sometimes spiritual parasites can look and feel like black goo or even gray goo that's kind of clumped up in your universal tree of light in certain areas. Common places that this is located is in the 10th sphere, so in the monadic parts of your tree. Okay, also in the 6th, 5th, and the 4th areas of the tree. Now, if you see or feel anything like this, we're going to do the same thing that we just did. And we are going to work to just command the presence of that energy. Let it know that we are observing it, that we are aware of its presence. Okay, and we are going to work to command and collapse it down and dissolve it from within. Again, expanding that light body field into all the places that you see this within your field. And you're going to work to completely dissolve and release, remove, and go back into that guardian sweep, starting at the top of your universal tree of life. And as you inhale and exhale and moving your hands down your universal tree of life, you are extracting. Okay, you are extracting and you are sweeping that down your universal tree of life, and you are releasing that energy down your pillar of light into the star core fire of the earth for full transmutation, dematerialization, and alchemy. Now, if you're going along with this and you're not seeing or feeling any of this in your field, just go through this as a preventative. Okay, we want to make sure that our container is protected as we go deeper into this work. We want to make sure that we don't have any interferences that will come in when we do open up the chakra. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to scan your universal tree of life for is going to be any bondage basically around your universal tree of life. Okay, so anything like any etheric ropes, etheric cords, etheric chains, anything that's tied to your tree. Okay, this is often around the tops of the tree and around the base of the tree. Okay, this is often also energetically linked in and connected into your monadic fields, and they are tied to contracts. Okay, contracts of slavery, contracts of programs, forced breeder programs, contracts of destruction, contracts of suffering, contracts of predispositional things that impede your genetics and your manifest destiny. If you see any of these cords, ropes, or chains binding your tree, limiting your tree, and connected to these contracts, we're going to work to dissolve this. Okay, starting with collapsing down the contracts, starting with returning them to their rightful owners if necessary. Okay. And commanding your sovereignty here, calling back your sovereign soul energy back into your body and dissolving fully those contracts, working your way down the bondage of the ropes, cords, and chains around the tree, and commanding the presence of that, letting it know that we are aware that this is here, and we're going to work to collapse and dissolve that. Okay, expanding your core, expanding your light body, expanding your heart chakra, into the places where you see it roped up, and you're gonna work to release it, dissolve it, collapse it down. Inhaling and exhaling and extracting that from your tree. And again, going back into that guardian sweep right at the top of your tree. You can use your hands for this. Kind of just like a motion that actually fans air into your field, fluffing your auric field as you work your way down. And you are releasing that karmic residue and completely removing that from the core, trunk of the tree. And you're going to release that down into the star core fire of the earth, using your pillar of light as a guide to push it down into the core of the earth for full dematerialization, transmutation, and alchemy. Okay, and now what I want you to do is I want you to upgrade your universal tree of life. Okay, so see yourself turning that structure gold from within you. Okay, just see that golden light, that golden frequency expand into all structures, areas, spheres of your universal tree of life, and upgrade you to the frequency of neutrality, focusing on harmony, focusing on magic, focusing on balance, focusing on restoration, and lifting and shifting your light body field up into a higher harmonic just a little bit, feeling that come online inside the core, seeing that golden light just expanding from within. Now I want you to expand that golden light even more. So bring that golden light up, out around your pineal gland, and allow that golden light to just begin to circulate around your pineal, all the way around you, 360 degrees, and watch it start to flow in a clockwise motion all the way around you, right at the pineal. Clearing your pineal, decalcifying your pineal. Now that you've expanded the golden light out and around, now you're going to take it within again. So take that golden light now from the pineal deeper into your atom cells and molecules of your being, deeper into your pillar of light, deeper back into your universal tree of life. Okay, really anchoring and focusing on bringing that solar triplicity energy into your body, into your field. And then you're going to take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath, and you're going to release karmic residue even further into your core, further into your universal tree of life, releasing more and deeper, now really focusing on the power of your breath. Now I want you to see that golden light just begin to expand now out around the center of your chest, all the way around you, right at the fourth dimensional field, all the way around your body, 360 degrees. See that golden light beginning to flow in a clockwise motion, gaining that momentum. Now focus on bringing that golden light deeper into the body, deeper into your atoms and cells and molecules of your being, bringing that golden light deeper into your organs. I want you to see yourself taking it into your brain, into your heart, into your lungs. When you bring that golden light into your lungs, if you're storing anger there, release it. Take that golden light deeper into your kidneys, into your gallbladder, take it into your stomach. Take that golden light deeper into your reproductive system, take it into your uterus, take it into your womb. Focus on anchoring that solar triplicity energy inside your body. Feel your frequency rise and shift even higher. And see the triunal wave patterns come online inside the body. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath, and you're just going to release karmic residue deeper and even further into your universal tree of life, right into the core. And then last but not least, you're going to take that golden light and expand it out all the way around your root chakra, all the way around your body, 360 degrees. Bring that golden light out all the way around you. See it gaining that momentum. Now take that golden light deeper into your body, into your atom cells and molecules, deeper into your organs. Take it deeper into your DNA. I want you to see that golden light go all the way in between all 12 strands of your DNA, activating all of the fire codes in between the strands. See this as a full 12 tribal round activation, full 12 strand DNA activation. Clearing and healing and restoring neutrality and balance in between all 12 strands of the DNA, repairing the DNA. Anchor that solar triplicity energy deeper into your core. See those triunal wave patterns come online inside your body. Feel your frequency rise and shift even higher. And then take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath and release that karmic residue as deep as you can, all the way down into the root chakra. Take that breath all the way down to the roots. Now I want you to take a second to just really feel at how dynamic your field is right now. Take a second to integrate that. Okay. Know that your light body field has been sealed and protected and upgraded for us to go and keep moving through and doing some of this deeper work now. Okay, so you can go ahead and now release that visualization, and you can open your eyes and come back to being present with me. Okay, so that is to just get your light body field prepared and ready for us to do more of this deeper clearing work and prepare you to open up your chakras. I think we're going to open up just the 11th dimensional field and the sacral chakra today. We're going to be solely focusing on these two chakras. Okay, so I'm kind of wishing I could get a little bit of feedback here. I just want to make sure that I'm not going too fast for anybody. And I want to make sure that everybody's able to keep up. I feel like we're going at a pretty good pace though. Okay, so let's go into opening up the chakras, and then we'll go into the regression work and implant and tag removal. Okay, so how we do this is we're going to bring you into the timeline of Lemuria, because this is the timeline where the implanting of the divine feminine tagging began. So we're going to go to this timeline energetically to go to the core to remove and clear. Okay, so we do a little bit of regression for identifying the previous stages of development and the source of the pain body. So how we're going to start this part is we're going to actually start by working with the Merkaba. And again, if you've worked with me before, you know I have all of my little fancy handy dandy tools that I like to use to get the energy field open as they work to activate the timeline fields in the body and also to open the chakras. So the first thing that I want you to do is we're going to start with a pineal induction. So a pineal induction is where you bring sacred geometry symbols into the body, into the field to activate those codes within your body. This particular symbol is very encoded to the Atlantean and the Lemurian timelines. So we will utilize it to help get those time fields open by bringing it in. So how we do a pineal induction is simply we are just going to stare at the symbol code for just a minute. Take a second to really kind of gaze into the geometry of it. And then what I want you to do is once you feel like you have focused on it for just a couple seconds, is you're going to take a nice deep inhale breath. And as you breathe in, you're going to draw that Merkaba into your third eye. So really see the hologram of this coming into your third eye. Okay. And then once you bring it into the third eye, you're going to go ahead and place it on the blackness of the back of your forehead. And what you're doing is you're using your pineal, your third eye, to visualize and see that Merkaba right at the back of the forehead. And I'll give everybody a second here to just make sure they can really get a good visualization of this right at the back of the forehead. And it can take a second to see it, just like when we were trying to visualize the universal tree of life, how it's a very complex structure. It can take a minute for your mind to be able to see it within. Sometimes it's right away and instantaneous. Other times it's a little harder to make it out. Okay. So once you think you can see it right there at the back of the forehead, I am going to go ahead and take the Merkaba off the screen. And we are going to go into opening up the chakras. So you can go ahead and close your eyes for this part and go ahead and bring up your pillar of light again. So that pillar of light should be going all the way into the grand central sun, down through your chakra system, down into the core of the earth. You're now going to take that Merkaba off the back of your forehead. And you're going to inhale and you're going to raise it up 5 inches above your head inside your pillar of light. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath. And as you exhale, you're going to start to bring that Merkaba down through your crown. Okay. And as you bring that down through your crown, you're going to open up your chakras. So we'll open up all of the 7th dimensional chakra bodies. So bring it down through the crown and you're going to open and clear. Down through the third eye, open and clear, down through the throat chakra, open and clear, down through the heart chakra, open and clear, down through the solar plexus, open and clear, sacral chakra, open and clear, root chakra, open and clear. Push that Merkaba all the way down your pillar of light and take it into the star core fire of the earth. Go ahead and access that star core fire. Make sure you can see it and feel it. Once your Merkaba accesses that, you're going to inhale and draw that Merkaba back up your pillar of light, bring it back up into the base of your spine, draw the Merkaba up your vertical ascension column to the crown chakra, and you're going to release it all the way up to the apex of your pillar of light. And we are going to leave it there. Okay. Now, I want you for a second to just drop back down into your sacral chakra. So leave your Merkaba at the top of your pillar of light and bring your consciousness back down to the sacral. Okay, it should be opened up now. And I want you to take a second to just really tune into your sacral energies. Okay, so tune into your relationship consciousness. Tune into your intimacy, your intimate parts of you. Tune into your emotions. Okay? Tune into your creativity. Tune into your sacred femininity. Tune into your sacred sexuality. Tune into your passion. Take a second to just expand in that. Astrally, aurically, cosmically, universally. Really bring it in and expand it into the heart. And just really connect with that energy, the core of that fire. And then once you do that, I want you to go ahead and now you're going to travel back up your vertical ascension column. So really see yourself bringing that consciousness back up and through the crown, going back up above your head. And you're going to be taking yourself up to your 11th dimensional field. Okay. Now, the 11th dimensional field is your intergalactic chakra. Okay. And this chakra is kind of like an intergalactic highway. Okay. You can do a lot of navigating timelines in this chakra. We can go forward, we can go back, we can go all kinds of ways. So for this, we are going to do a little bit of regression. And we're going to focus on opening up the Akashic timelines of Lemuria. Okay. You can see this by going through the sands of time. You can see this by going through the feminine hourglass geometry in your field. The hourglass representing time and your ability to access it. And really see yourself achieving that float state. The float state that allows you to move ethically in time. And once you've achieved this state of being, we are going to begin the Lemurian regression part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share now. So if you feel called to open your eyes and follow along, you can do so. Or again, you can keep your eyes closed and just follow along to the sound of my voice and create what it is within you that you are going to see and feel intuitively, just allowing yourself to move through the energies. Okay, so I want you to see yourself standing at the land edge of the Pacific Ocean. Okay, you're going to be standing at the land's edge, and you're going to be starting to walk out into those waters, starting to walk out into the Pacific waters. And in the waters, you are going to be met with some dolphins. Okay, and these dolphins are going to swim up to you. And they are going to greet you ever so gently and sweetly and kindly and embrace you. They're going to place their noses on your womb. Okay, they're going to place the tip of their nose on your womb. And they are going to begin to transmit light codes into your womb. Okay, these light codes are going to hold the templating of Lemuria. Okay, these light codes are going to install the Lemurian light grid within your body. So they are transmitting this to you telepathically, energetically, and through sonar. They are giving you the keys to the Lemurian kingdom. and your rights to access it. And then the dolphins are going to invite you to take a journey with them. They're telling you that you can grab onto one of their fins and they are going to safely take you to the land of Lemuria. So you're going to grab onto the dolphins and you're going to ride with them through the Pacific Ocean as they take you to the land's edge of Lemuria. Now, as you journey with the dolphins, you're going to be connecting more into your femininity, okay? And you're just going to be reflecting on yourself, your life, your journey thus far. And also feeling the excitement of going back home. Now, they're going to finally reach the shores of Lemuria, and you are going to begin to walk up onto the land's edge of Lemuria. And out in front of you, you are going to be in a state of wonder, because what you're seeing in front of you is the Garden of Eden. Okay, and this in itself is exciting and beautiful and wonderful. And out in front of you from there, you're going to see a giant diamond crystal rainbow waterfall. And you're intuitively going to be guided to start to walk towards that waterfall. And as you get closer to the waterfall, you are going to be met by two divine goddesses. Okay, and these goddesses that are going to come forward to greet you are going to be Eve and Lilith. Okay, two divine feminines of the Garden of Eden that represent the light and what is perceived as the dark. These divine sisters are a part of you. And they're going to step forward and take your hand. And they're going to guide you into that waterfall. And as you go with them intuitively, you're going to be feeling the loving connection with them. Okay. As they may not have a lot of words, but you can feel it in their eyes. You can see the love in their eyes. You can feel it in their heart that they are there for you. And they are here to purify you in these waters. And they're going to invite you into that waterfall to bathe you, really taking you into that state of being vulnerable with the goddess. They are going to wash your hair in that waterfall. And they are telling you, and you are feeling as they're washing your hair, that they hold the ultimate divine compassion for you. And they understand completely the struggles that you have had to bear in this life and every life that has come before it. And they seek to wash off your spirit and relieve these burdens and cleanse your spirit, renew it, rejuvenate it, rehabilitate it. They seek to give you comfort and nurturing energy of a sister that truly cares about what you have been through. Now, when they are done washing you, they are going to clothe you in a white robe. Okay, so they're really requiring you right now to get raw. They're really requiring you to get naked, down to the bare minimum. Okay, they want you to feel your value and your worth in this state. Okay? And that they're going to offer you a white robe, and that white robe is going to represent your journey of purity. And you putting that white robe on is you accepting that journey of restoration and purity. They want you to remove all your belongings and leave them there by the waterfall for when you return. Now, before you take the journey through the temples of Lemuria, they want you to just remember your home. Okay? They're saying that this is your reclamation of your priestesshood rights, was your ability to come to Lemuria at any time and work in the healing temples. You were once a priestess that had access to, I want to say, hundreds of healing temples in Lemuria. You held the sacred initiations, you held the sacred activations, you held the keys, and you still do. And by coming here today to do this work, you are being re-granted and reactivated your right to access these whenever you need to for divine healing. They want to remind you of how you lived here in your home, how you once lived on a land of truth and wisdom, when the earth light was innocent and loving and enchanted, where everyone was wealthy in spirit, beauty, tribalism, community. All things that truly mattered were in light, where food was plentiful for everyone, where women and children were seen as gifts and they were protected, and where you truly could look in the eyes of another and see your true spiritual essence reflected back to you. You never had to question somebody's intentions here. And in this time, we regenerated ourselves in these golden light temples. So today we're going to access several of these light temples. We cannot get to all of them as there are too many, but we are going to go to the ones that we feel most guided to for this container today. So you are now ready to go on the journey into the temples of Lemuria. And the first temple you're going to access is the Temple of the Divine Mother. The Temple of the Divine Mother is a temple about restoration. It is about nurturing love and eternal, soothing first love. And it seeks all beings to be spiritually free. It wants you to fall in love again with your own divinity. As you enter the golden temple of the Divine Mother, you're going to go straight to the center. And at the center of the Temple of the Divine Mother is an emerald fountain. This is the fountain of the Divine Mother's heart chakra. It represents unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, unconditional healing. It is the Divine Mother's heart chakra. And this fountain actually sounds like waterfalls and crystal bowls. Very beautiful and soothing. You are invited to drink from the emerald fountain, to accept restoring love pouring endlessly from the Divine Mother's heart. And as you're here, you're going to just fill your heart with this energy. So really bring that into your heart chakra and restore yourself with it. They are saying here in this temple, take what you need. There's not too much, and there's enough for everyone. Restore your chakras with this emerald fountain, with the whispers of the Divine Mother. It is endless, and it is available to you. You should not feel selfish in taking what you need to replenish yourself here. They're asking you to allow yourself to feel more balanced and allow yourself to be assisted more with the Divine Mother's presence. They're also saying, allow yourself to be assisted more overall by the divine. Okay? Because the more that you allow yourself to be assisted by the divine and trust in that process, the more you will receive assistance. I'm also getting guided here in this temple that we need to clear our maternal lines here. Okay, so as we hold space for each other in the temple of the Divine Mother, I want you to see yourself connecting into your maternal line. I want you to hold space in this moment for your sisters here in this container, but also your sisters in life. Okay, your family, your sisters, your mother, your actual mother, okay, your grandmother, your great-grandmother. And take a second to fill your heart with this emerald fountain unconditional love of the mother. And I want you to see yourself just sending that into the heart of your maternal line. Sending that loving, flowing, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and unconditional healing energy into the heart chakra of your sisters in this container, of your actual sisters in life, of your mother, of your grandmother, and of your great-grandmother. And as you do that, you're clearing away the oppression, the suppression, you're clearing away the distortions, you're clearing away the pain bodies that have come down generationally. You're clearing away the dead energy and what no longer serves. And you're focusing on restoring your grail line here, your feminine grail line. Take that all the way back to where you are now present here in Lemuria. Clearing yourself from this time and restoring your maternal line from the origination of the core world wounding, providing relief to your maternal line and to your sisters. And then you can just take a nice deep inhale and exhale here. Just know that everything we do in these temples is going to be a very gentle process of clearing and releasing. And then once you feel like you've cleared that here, it's time to go to the next temple. So we're going to leave the temple of the Divine Mother, and we are going to move into the next temple. So the next temple that we are going to go into is the Temple of the Moon. And in the Temple of the Moon, here we are going to release our moon chains and our forced breeder harnesses. So this temple is a temple of illumined silver light. Okay, silver and platinum light. It's all filled within this temple. And as you walk into this temple, right above you, you're going to notice that the moon actually rises right and completely and fully above your head, so close to you that it feels like you could almost touch it. You can look up and you can see the moon right above you. And the moon is sending you a message. The moon is giving you its blessings. The moon is saying, you have permission to release yourself from these chains. You have permission to remove the force breeder harnesses. The moon is also saying to you that there are no mistakes in the universe. And everything that has happened to you, happened to her, happened to we, happened to us, happened to our mothers. Everything is being done with a divine plan, no matter how hard or difficult that might be to see it or feel it. But it's asking you to trust in that. It's asking you to trust that everything is done with a divine plan in divine timing. So take a second to just release those. And the beautiful thing about these temples is that they work with our consciousness emotionally, energetically, and telepathically, and they already know what we want. They already know what we need the moment that we come into these temples. So simply, all you really have to do is command your intention here of what you want and what you need by simply just thinking that these chains and these harnesses are dissolving and releasing from your field. They are. If you want to take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath, and as you exhale, you're just extracting any and all karmic residue to be dissolved and transmuted inside the temple. As you release yourself from the dark lunar forces, okay, as you release yourself from the degradation of the dark mother templates, the dark mother queens, from our cycles of destruction. Again, this is a very gentle process, so just be gentle with yourself as you continue to release, again, taking a couple nice deep breaths and just enjoying the illumination of your connection with the moon. The power of it. And then once you've done that, we are going to continue to journey in through Lemuria because there are a lot of temples here that are calling to us. So we're going to leave the Temple of the Moon and we're going to now journey across the lands of Lemuria, or what is the Garden of Eden more. And we're going to make our way into the next temple. And the next temple that we're going to go into is the golden green temple of jade. And in this temple, you're going to focus on releasing your motherhood hooks and wounds. Okay. This is the temple that we work to release all of our conflict and pain. Conflict with motherhood. Conflict with our mothers. conflict around the attacks on your motherhood. Pain that we are repressing from this, guilt that we are repressing from this, shame that we are repressing from this, judgment. Okay, these are the hooks. The hooks are judgment. Okay, the hooks are never feeling like you're good enough. The hooks are betrayal. Hooks are deceit. Okay, things that have really hooked into you and have been hard to release. These are in the 9th and the 10th dimensional field. So we have to go to this space in our field to release it and work to release it here in the Temple of Jade. Now, as you pull each of these hooks out, these are going to be different for every single one of you. So I'm just going to give you a second to reflect on what your own individual hooks are. Really identifying them is what allows you to release them. If you have difficulty identifying them, then odds are it's going to be harder to release them. We cannot release what we cannot identify. So really push yourself here to see what those are. Okay. And with the releasing of each hook, I want you to see yourself surrendering the viewpoint of that. Surrendering the viewpoint and then bringing that energy into a higher space of peace into your reality. So you're just shifting it into a higher perspective. There's a lot of Trinity flame energy in this temple. So you're really, it's assisting you with that shift into that higher perspective, bringing things into wholeness. Okay, and then once we're done, we're going to leave the Temple of Jade, as there is another temple that is calling to us right now. And I feel so much energy coming from this temple. There's a lot of singing praise that's like, yes, bring them into this temple. Come into this temple. We have been waiting for you. And this is the Sisters of the Stars temple. This is a Pleiadian temple. Okay, and this temple powers and generates itself from that divine feminine portal that I showed you in my diagram in my second video of where that was, located in front of the Sphinx. Okay. This is where the Pleiadian temple is located. And in this temple, we are going to remove the 12 stars of Mary's crown. Okay, healing our struggle with evil on this earth. Healing our struggle of enmity between woman and the serpents, woman and herself, woman and her children, woman and knowledge, woman and her body, woman and her sexuality, her spirituality. This temple is a Pleiadian healing and transformational chamber. And when you come into this temple, you're going to notice that there's violet mist of light that's going to usher you into the eternal burning violet flame in a large chalice. You can see the chalice here in my video. Help give you a visual here. Now, the Pleiadians are very advanced beings. So what they have done to the violet flame is they have turned that violet flame into a purple mist, because they know that if you breathe the violet flame in, that you can transform and transmute so much more on the level of your DNA. So as you come into the purple mist, this is a transformed version of the violet flame that allows you to actually breathe that violet flame in and down into your lungs. Okay, breathing that restorative violet flame into your breath, into the oxygen of your body, and circulating that through your bloodstream, clearing straight to your heart and all of your organs. They're saying, use this to clear the imprints of the struggles with evil. Now, around the center of the violet flame inside the temple is the 7 sisters. Okay, they are here with us in this temple. And they are working together as a higher celestial consciousness to clear the 12 stars of Mary's crown. Okay, and dismantle the PDS, the patriarchy demon seeds around your skull that are influencing every thought, interfering with every interaction, every energetic imprint that comes to mind, and in some cases, capping your energetic field at the 10th dimension. So just slowly start to see those 12 stars dissolving into the violet flame. As we clear the stars, release them one by one into the violet flame. And you're going to continue to call upon the grace of our loving sisters of Lemuria, our loving sisters of the stars, our loving sisters of the Pleiades, our loving sisters of all archetypes that have ever walked this earth, and our loving sisters that are in spirit, our loving sisters of humankind, to be with us in divine feminine support and unity. They want you to know that you are not alone, that the women of this earth carry this weight with you. They carry these burdens and these struggles with you. They want you to feel them and the presence of them inside this temple. Feel the support of the divine feminine in this container even. All of us coming together. All 300 to 444 of us coming and going. Okay, we're all here supporting one another. Feel the shared energy that is charging this temple in this purple mist, in this violet flame. Feeling the power within us to heal, restore, and upgrade our fields. We are harnessing the Pleiadian power of the cosmic sistren. We are building right now an energetic support network as we balance these pain bodies. See us all placing one hand on a sister's back, connecting together in a circle around the violet flame. See those impulses of the energetic network running through all of us in this container. And if you have any divine goddesses that you would like to call into this space to work with, bring them in with us now. Call upon Isis, call upon Mary Magdalene, call upon the divine Sophia, call upon Sekhmet, She just came in. I felt her come in. They're all here with us. They're all holding this space with us. And they know what we are shifting and releasing. And they know how important this work is that we're doing together. And this is why they all support us. And they're also saying that every single woman that lives on Earth and has bared this burden in one way or another, they want you to call to the legions of their strength. And don't be shy in calling for this. Don't be shy or resistant or reluctant in any way to send and receive this loving energy, the strength of all of the women of the world. And they're saying when you call upon this, be ready to receive, because it will bring you blessings. And this is what we have forgot from Lemuria, is how to channel the energy of the sistren. This restores your priestesshood rights. This is what the priestesses did. We supported each other. Take a moment to move through and feel their supporting presence, because I can feel it right now. And I'm honestly, how many times am I going to cry in this container today, you guys? Because I can feel it coming. I can feel the strength of every one of you in here. And I want you to know that I believe in you. I want you to know that we are powerful in this group energy. We are sending this transmission into the grids. Okay, and we are clearing all of the degradation of these ley lines as we just fill our hearts up with this power and this love and this support and this strong sistren network. The Pleiadians want to guide you to continue to release any memories or emotional charges of excess dramas in your life. Let it go here. They're saying, let the pain go here. Let the betrayal go here. Let the backstabbing and sabotage and distrust from those that have hurt you the most in this life, relinquish them into this violet flame. You don't need to carry this weight anymore. They want to guide you to release your battles and burdens of feeling like you constantly have to protect yourself or your offspring, your children, against predators, against imposters, against reptilians, against narcissists, and those who work with the inversions and anti-life architecture. Release your battles with them here. Release your battles with any red dragons in your field. Okay, anybody or anyone or anything or any place, anytime that has waged war against you. Revenge. Any deep-seated hatred against you. Release it into the violet flame. As our sistren transmutes this together, you're not alone. They want to guide you to release your weight of 1,000 years of feminine oppression off and around your crown chakra. Okay, those stars should now be dissolved. And now you should just be releasing that oppression around the crown chakra, releasing thousands of fractals of soul fragmentation around your third eye. And continue to call those aspects of your spirit from the timeline of Lemuria back to your core. Back to your gnosis, back to your knowing, back to your eternal consciousness. They're saying just take a couple more nice deep breaths inside this temple and Breathe that purple mist into your body. Feel the violet flame running through the DNA, transforming every single cell from within you, releasing the higher control mechanisms that feel beyond you. And when you're ready, we are going to continue our journey through the temples of Lemuria. So we can now exit this beautiful temple. I almost don't want to leave this temple. I love this temple. But we must keep going on. So as we walk across the courtyard, we're going to go to the Temple of Mercy. This temple in my video here is underwater, and there's a reason for that. It's because our mercy is often submerged deep in our emotions. And we have to go deep into this place too.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay.
Is everything up or?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Okay,
No.
yeah, I need to get my.
Is everything okay? Maybe they didn't realize that they tuned into our session here. Now, the Temple of Mercy is for removing more serious nature types of tags, okay? So if you have been a victim of rape, molestation, incest, sexual misery, gag orders, okay, we're gonna release all of that here in the Temple of Mercy. This temple is all about healing the suffering with heavy karmic lessons from this life and from past lives. This is all about healing our struggles with lesson integration and rising up. Healing the struggle with victimization. For some of you, it's simply breaking down these walls, these shields, and these barriers to even allow yourself to have that. To not have to be so strong in every single moment, even though you are strong. Allow yourself to feel the grace of mercy. Your spirit is surely worth this. Your most powerful rise is in your deepest, most vulnerable realization. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Your most powerful rise is in your deepest and most vulnerable realization. This is where you take your life back. This is where you take your power back. Stepping into the Temple of Mercy that radiates a blue sapphire diamond at the center of the temple. Next to the blue sapphire diamond is a white vase with a nectar of mercy inside. You're going to drink this nectar. Okay, you're going to see yourself drinking this blue sapphire diamond liquid light, the essence of pure mercy itself. And you're going to drink this down into your 3 chakras, down into your throat chakra, down into your heart chakra, and down into your sacral chakra, feeling the cleansing flow of the blue liquid light of mercy to blossom and open up your chakras here. Again, releasing rape tags, okay, molestation tags, gag orders, all of this, these really ugly things and parts of us. Releasing it here, giving yourself this mercy, giving yourself this grace. Command and dissolve those tags here. Use your breath here to push them out of your field, inhaling and exhaling and extracting them into the Temple of Mercy as the Temple of Mercy dissolves this for you. And fills that space within you immediately with deep forgiveness. Breathe that forgiveness deep into every single cell of your body, into every memory that you have, into every part of your body holding that trauma and pain body. Visualize the nectar removing the strongholds on your throat chakra, removing those lumps and bumps and restrictions and blockages and difficulty swallowing, okay? Feelings of your throat chakra closing off, the fear, the manipulation, the hurting and the suffering. Feel that mercy come in and provide deep forgiveness for your spirit. Take a nice deep breath here, inhaling and exhaling, just releasing any and all more karmic residue into the temple, as the temple of mercy already knows what we need and continues to restore us ever so gently. Now we're going to leave this temple and we're going to go into the next temple, and this is the temple of the womb. This one has been waiting for us our entire journey. Okay, this one has been calling to us since we started this container and has been holding space for us. Now, the temple of the womb is about Stargate repair. So you can actually go ahead and take your hands, go ahead and place it down on your womb, as you're going to be using your prana and your chi, also with your breath, to send that healing into your womb. Here we're going to remove a lot of the remainder of the things that impede upon our Stargate. And this is the scion cord for some, the fleur-de-lis clamp and fleur-de-lis imprints, false twin flame tags, twin flame withholding tags, more of the sexual misery tags, any birth control traumas, birth control implants, cauterization, surgeries, C-section scars, other types of female implants, uterine cysts, fibroids, tumors, or cancers, okay, and abortion scraping trauma. Okay, so feel yourself stepping into this temple of the womb, ready to remove these, ready to heal these. Okay. As you step into the temple of the womb, you're going to see that what it looks like inside is almost like an inside of an instrument. It's going to look like the interior of a cello sound box that leads you into the void of all creation potential. This is the gateway to the feminine Sophianic heart, the mother arcing systems, the womb worlds, and the global pyramid networks. And I invite you to bring your consciousness into this space. Actually take your consciousness into your womb and see these gateways for yourself, how you hold the portal to these gateways inside your body. Bring yourself fully into the space and explore your consciousness here inside of the womb. Feel yourself opening up to the vast, infinite networks and worlds within you. This is how powerful you are. Take a second to locate and remove all of your implants and tags here. Just really focus on that. And we're going to actually go through a proper collapse and dissolve here, because I want to make sure that we get all of these tags and clear the imprints here. So we're just going to locate all of the implants and tags here. Some of you aren't going to have all of these. Some of you will have some of them. Some of you might have all of them. Some of you may have none of them. Okay, if you don't feel like you have any of these, just hold this womb space for the other women in this temple. Okay, we're all sending this healing here together at the same time. And we're gonna locate all the tags and implants within ourselves. And we're gonna work to collapse and dissolve, command and release, work to remove, take a nice deep inhale and exhale breath. And as we exhale, we're just gonna extract all of those implants and tags all at the same time, clearing the field, clearing the space of the womb, repairing the Stargate, and releasing through that intentional breath, taking that breath all the way down to your womb. Follow it up with another nice deep breath. Each breath bringing more and more release and more clearing. Now, once you've done that, I want you to see yourself reaching up and grabbing the sun, grabbing your rights to the sun. And you're going to take that sun and you're going to bring it down and place it inside of your womb. As the sun comes into your womb, you're going to feel the infinite warmth and loving energies that the sun brings into your womb. Okay, these are initiations into parthenogenesis creation by learning how to utilize your womb and your creation and manifestation abilities and the technologies that you have inside your body to remember the Stargate technologies inside of your body. They want you to take your power back here. And how I want you to take your power back here is I want you to think about the number one thing in your life that you're trying to manifest. Whatever that is, it could be anything that you're trying to manifest. Okay, your future, your soul purpose, your life mission, your immediate goals, your future goals, future version of yourself, whatever that is, I want you to create a symbol for that. Okay. And the symbol that I'm going to use are my indigo angel wings as I continue to manifest into my infinite expression of my indigo angel embodiment and self and future self. And I'm going to go ahead and place my indigo angel wings inside of my womb. And I hope that you do the same with whatever it is that you are trying to manifest and achieve. Okay, know that you have this ability, you have this power, and that your womb is here to help you create that. Take another nice deep breath here. And release. We are getting close to wrapping this up, but I have prepared one more special temple visit for us. I do feel like this is necessary, that there is one more temple that is calling to us that we need to visit before we leave the land of Lemuria. So we're going to go ahead and exit now the temple of the womb. And we're going to walk a little bit further through the courtyard of Lemuria, and we're going to locate the Hall of the Sacred Mirrors. I don't have a video for this one, so I'm just going to leave it here. But the Hall of the Sacred Mirrors is inside of a white ivory temple. And as you go inside the white ivory passageways, you will make your way into a hall of sacred mirrors. These mirrors are sacred because when you look into them, they reflect back to you your true spiritual divine beauty and your most loving divine essence in the world. When you look into these sacred mirrors, They radiate the accumulation of your good karma, reminding you that you are good, that you are light, that you have generated abundance and blessings from your integrity, from your purity, from your core, and your spiritual innocence. And it's also showing you in these mirrors how you created your body. It shows you how and when you lovingly put your choices together of the body that you currently exist in, and why you chose what you did, and for what reason you wanted it here in this lifetime, and why you valued it for this incarnation, and how you made yourself and your physical appearance with the divine immaculate cosmic love, that when you put this body together, you loved every single part of yourself. You divinely created it. So in this temple, you're being asked to lay down your fractured sense of self and release the guilt from abandoning self-love, from abandoning yourself. You're being asked to release the shame. You're being asked to release the embarrassment for the body parts that you have, that you perceive as ugly, because of how someone else has made you feel about your body, because of how society and the ways of the world have projected particular beauty standards upon you, on your looks. Release your fear here that you are not enough in any way. As you continue to stare into the sacred mirrors, you will be reflected back your most beautiful state at every single age in your life. Getting to see the beauty of your light from the time of a child, from an infant, from conception even, infant, childhood, to teens, to adults, to late adults, and even getting a glimpse into your old age, and how even in your old age, you're still beautiful, and how you still retain that beauty of the purity of your light. And as you stare into that metamorphosis, you're going to watch it morph into your eternal, divine, beautiful light. And you're being just asked and guided to embody that eternal, beautiful light as it moves from the sacred mirrors into your hands and into your heart. And then you can take a nice deep breath here. And we're going to go ahead now and leave the Hall of the Sacred Mirrors, and we are going to be called now to travel back up to the waterfalls, back up to the rainbow crystal, beautiful rainbow waterfalls with Eve and Lilith. They're there waiting for us, and they're so happy for you because they just know that the journey that you just went on, and they are there to receive you one last time. They're inviting you to even go one last time and replenish yourself in that waterfall, because that waterfall is not a normal waterfall. No, it's not. It is a waterfall of restoration. And it is there to upgrade you. And once you do that, then you are going to take off the white robe and put your belongings back on. You're going to say farewell to Eve and Lilith and Lemuria and thank them for their gracious, loving, divine compassion. And we're going to enter back into the Pacific Ocean, where once again, the dolphins are going to come back up to us, And the dolphins are greeting you with new energy this time because they are also so happy to be with you. They know the journey that you just took, and they know the energy work that you just did in your womb because they are telepathic and psychic and they can see into this part of you. So they're coming up to your womb again, one last time, just placing their noses on your womb and transmitting those loving codes of Lemuria to you one last time, restoring that Lemurian grid fabric within you, the grid templating within you. And again, you're going to take a ride with the dolphins. They're now going to take you back home. And as you travel with them again through the Pacific Ocean, you're just releasing any emotions here into those sacred waters. Reflecting on your journey, reflecting on your healing, reflecting on the beauty and the purity of your soul. And coming back to where you are, coming back into your body, coming back into your consciousness, coming back to being more present here. And then we'll go ahead and close up the chakras. So go ahead and reach up to that Merkaba that we left at the top of your pillar of light. We're going to reach up and now just bring it back down our pillar of light one last time here. And as it comes down, it's just going to seal and protect your light body field and also close and seal the chakras. So go ahead and start to bring it down through the crown, close and seal, down through the third eye, close and seal, down through the throat chakra, close and seal, down through the heart chakra, close and seal, down to the solar plexus, close and seal, sacral, close and seal, root chakra, close and seal. And you can go ahead and release that Merkaba into the earth's spiritual Merkaba body and just let it merge back in. And then once you have done that, you can fully come back to being present and open your eyes. Take a second to reflect. Take a second to just continue to take some nice deep breaths. And yeah, so that is the regression journey of releasing the implants and tags. I can go ahead and turn the chat back on now if Judy and Z want to come back in the space with me. I hope everybody is feeling good still. Yes, I have ran over on time on everything. It's because I had to go and add that extra temple in that we had to visit. I just felt like it was imperative for our work today for some reason. But it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you lovely, beautiful, amazing, strong, divine, empowered, soulful women. Can't tell you enough how just unbelievably incredible you are. And oh, I'm so happy. Everybody's so happy. Thank you, sister. Gratitude. I fell asleep. I know. Amazing. Happy, happy, happy. Wonderful. Thank you all so much. My goodness. I love you so much. I almost cried in that.